Philadelphia Mayor Sherelle Parker addressed the city today after City Council approved the building of the 76ers Center City Arena. Tyrone Bowman live. Welcome to the program on this evening. Let's go to the footage provided by NBC 10 Philadelphia. As you know, earlier there was a protest in Philadelphia, in City Council, that is, and finally they got the vote underway and it was approved unanimously. And we'll find out just all the details. Let's check it out.
NBC 10 breaking news.
Good afternoon, I'm Tracy Davidson. We are coming on the air with breaking news. Philadelphia Mayor Sherelle Parker is reacting to City Council's final vote to approve the 76ers Stadium in Center City. That vote green-lighted the plan for 76ers Place at Market and Filbert and 10th and 11th. It's adjacent to Chinatown. That vote happened a little bit after noon today. Again, it was approved, 11 bills as part of that legislative package. We are waiting Mayor Parker to step to the podium and respond to it. You'll remember she brought them that proposal. That vote today was delayed by loud protesters this morning at 10 o'clock when City Council convened. Those protesters shouted and sat in the middle of council chambers at the beginning of the meeting around 10 a.m., making it so loud it was impossible to conduct business. Council President Kenyatta Johnson asked for quiet, but eventually sheriff's deputies removed the protesters, dragging some who refused to stand. Council has been hearing from the community about this plan since September. And while unions were very much behind the proposal because of the jobs it would provide, community groups are concerned about the potentially detrimental impact on surrounding communities. Let's listen to Mayor Sherelle Parker.
A lot of lawyers and all the other team. Can all of the technical folks who've been at these town meetings, Press, where'd you call your team up with us? Oh, you called, okay, Vincent, okay. Thank you. Okay. All right, I was looking. Where's 32 BJ? I see you. I'm moving without you, you know? How you doing? Okay.
Sí. Habla español.
Mr. President, can you just ask the Sam Chart guy from PIDC, can you just ask the same guy from PIDC, Sam Rose, to come on up here?
City Council President Kenyatta Johnson.
Councilmatic District. Jody as well. Worked on this from day one.
Yeah, right.
And any member of the City Council tech team, please join us up here as well.
Please. Just a moment. Let me start with Councilmember Squilla. Can you step right over here? Just thank you. Okay. I'm going to scoot over a bit. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Today, the City Council took monumental action on this $1.3 billion economic development project for Philadelphia that, as I have consistently said, extends far beyond the basketball. I first want to commend City Council for all of the due diligence and hard work that it brought to this process before it voted on final passage today to approve this historic, game-changing economic development project, not just for a new basketball arena, but for all of Philadelphia. All of Philadelphia will benefit from this project. I want to particularly commend Council President Kenyatta Johnson and Councilmember Mark Squilla, in whose district the arena will be built, for all of the work that they've done to date on this project. And you don't know until you're in the thick of things how important it is to be accessible They've been accessible and willing to communicate at all times. And I want to say a special thank you to each of you, Mr. President and Councilmember Squilla, for your leadership and your intergovernmental collaboration. Can you please give them both a huge round of applause? Council President Kenyatta Johnson, I've been around for a while. I've watched as a staff person, John Street as president of the City Council of Philadelphia. I watched as a staffer, Councilwoman Anna Verna as the president. And of course, you and I together as members work closely with our big brother, Council President Darrell Clark. But I want to state for the record on today that this Council President Johnson's stewardship and his management of this very complex process, it was beyond reproach. And Mr. President, on today, as I watch this, you've cemented for me in my mind how an executive leader of a legislative body governs. In Philadelphia, we need to be proud of the leadership that our council president displayed. Mr. President, you know, you heard me say, it's easy to do things when the audience consistently gives you a round of applause, when the audience is a part of the choir. But how do you make a tough decision when you know that there are some people who are not going to agree with your perspective and who have a right to have their opinions and their perspectives heard, but you are going to move forward and lead? That's when you judge the value and the power of leadership. And I am super proud to have you as my partner. I want to say to the members of City Council, and this is important, those of you who voted in favor of the arena legislation on today, in addition to Council President Johnson and Council Member Squilla, when you had the first vote, Mr. President, I may have told you that somebody asked me, why did I have to say your names individually? It is important to me for the record that we communicate to the public, those leaders in the City Council of Philadelphia who had the courage to make the tough decision about Philadelphia's economic future, and it's packed with potential, but knowing that there were some people who were going to call them some bad names and say some bad things and threaten their futures. And I can't be in the chamber, so the only thing I can do is watch, Mr. President. And I watched the hearings, but I watched you also through the public hearings, and I watched you when our administration went down and how you grilled them and you asked them tough questions and you adjusted the CBA and you made adjustments to the EOP and everything that was negotiated. That was because of the due diligence that each of you did as members, and I want you to know I value it. I appreciate it. If you would not have done it, I would have said, well, if I was down there, I would have been saying this and I would have been saying that, but you did. And I want to say to each of you, Council Member Catherine Gilmore Richardson, the majority leader, Isaiah Thomas, the majority whip, Cindy Bass, the deputy whip, Curtis Jones Jr., Mike Driscoll, Ketsi Lazada, Anthony Phillips, Brian O'Neill, Nina Ahmad, and Jim Harity. Special thank you, each of you, to each of you for standing strong on the courage of your convictions. I appreciate you. I'm grateful to them for their legislative leadership. I said to the team when we were coming out that today is not the day for high fives and or just big parties and or celebrations, but it is a time to acknowledge this vitally important economic development project for Philadelphia. And I believe that all of us working together, we produce this result. Anybody who's walking around saying this is an I thing for me as the mayor, or it's just the council thing, or it's just a building trades things, or just an SEIU or Unite Here thing. It is not. This is a Philadelphia thing. Listen to this, $1.3 billion. No direct city investment engaged, with an expected $700 million in tax revenue for our city and school district, a $60 million community benefits agreement that not only invests in Chinatown, but invests in vital essential programs providing critical services to people of Philadelphia. And listen, whether we like it or not, I learned from Sam Rhodes in the SAM chart, the facts are the facts. It's the largest pilot payment ever provided to the city of Philadelphia and the school district of Philadelphia, and that we should be proud of. This is a project that will generate thousands of jobs, both during the construction of the arena and once the arena is open, jobs that will provide economic opportunity for businesses and diverse-owned businesses in our city. But I'm excited. When I walked in, I saw Mark from IBEW, and I started thinking about Rosie's Girls. And Mungu Sanchez is here from the Carpenters, and I started thinking about Park. And then I started thinking about the Sam Staten Apprenticeship Program. Do you know that we are about to put the next generation of skilled workers right to work right here? You can't train for those opportunities without projects. And am I excited that our Sixers are staying home? Yes, I'm excited that our Sixers are staying home, Mr. President. I am going to be giving New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy a call in a few seconds. A word about Chinatown. And I want you to hear me on this one. We will ensure that Chinatown will not only survive, but that it will thrive. Chinatown, we will make sure. That's our responsibility, working in partnership with you. We will ensure that you are not harmed by this arena, and not on my watch as mayor, on Council President Johnson's watch. And if you know what a strong advocate council member, I'm going to write it in a book about you and what y'all did later on. I ain't going to tell today, but later on, we're not going to allow that to happen. Before I turn this over to Council President Johnson, I do want to commend our hard-working team that worked on this deal around the clock for months. They were evaluating the data and the research that had been conducted, Mr. President. We just arrived in these roles in January, but what many people had forgotten, so much research, so many meetings, so much due diligence had been done long before we arrived. So when our teams
take a quick
get
break.
here,
I'll be right
they're
back.
playing a
Tyrone
great
Bowman
deal
Live.
of catch-up on.
Thank you for your patience there, Philadelphia Mayor Sherelle Parker.
All of those meetings.
Addressing
And I want
the
to say
city.
to my team, and if you could all just like step up a little bit, because I want people to put a name with a face. Chief of Staff Tiffany Thurman, give her a round of applause. And she's probably not here intentionally. Oh, yes, she is. Chief Policy Officer Sophie Bryant, up to the front, Sophie. It's not where she likes to be. Finance Director Rob DeBow. Where's Rob? Budget Director Sabrina Maynard. City Solicitor Renee Garcia. Planning and Development Director Jesse Lawrence, who knows Market Street better than anybody I've ever seen before. John Mondlak, where are you, John Mondlak? John, he's not here. We appreciate you. Mike Carroll from Otis. Is Mike Carroll from Otis. And it's a chart that you'll all see that we have institutionalized. We now refer to it as the SAM chart. It's a way visually to me that digesting data is very simple and easy for people. And every time we kept saying we need to see it this way and see it that way, we got it to a place and space where it is now the standard operating procedure in the Parker administration. And we refer to that as the SAM chart. Sam Rhodes from PIDC, where are you? We appreciate. Move up, Sam. I want people to see you. It's important. Stay right there. 2 attorneys that worked on the EOP plan, and Nicole on the EOP plan in particular, and Andrew Richmond from law. Nicole Stokes and Andrew Richmond, come up. Where are you? Mr. President, while I'm really excited about this, I think I heard a little earlier someone mentioning that there are so many other issues that we have to address here in the city of Philadelphia. And we don't have it here right now, but there is a chart that we've been showing, the pie chart, about the revenue and where the revenue comes from that we use to run the city of Philadelphia. And as your mayor, as the CEO of this city, I need to say this and be direct. 67%, $3.3 billion, 67% of the revenue that we collect to run and provide services for housing, for public education, for anti-violence. I mean, everything that we fund in our budget, it comes from business taxes. And if we want to make sure that we can address public safety, address the opioid crisis, all of the challenges that are facing the city, I can't, as your mayor, just tell you that I have great ideas about how we should spend the money. We have to find a way to embrace opportunities to grow the economic pie. And with that being said, I'm real proud to be a Philadelphian today. Mr. President, Councilmember Squilla, you all, this team, the grit and resilience of Philadelphia is on display, and we are on the move, Mr. President.
So I'm gonna be
You've been listening to Mayor Parker react to council.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Tyrone Bowman Live. Philadelphia Mayor Sherelle Parker addressing the city and council members and the public at large regarding the new 76ers Center City Arena that is finally going to be built in Philadelphia while preserving the regional Chinatown at the same time and offering funding for them so they can have escalating offsets with the money so they can continue to operate. Okay, that's it for this program for tonight. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender. Please subscribe to Tyrone Bowman Live. Thank you.